Hello and welcome to Mitchell and Webb talk about sketches in a pretend room. And I'm here with David Mitchell, can you believe?
Good evening.
We're going to be talking in this bit about Puritans and the sketch, and Accord with Our Values, the sketch. And which are both about values, really, aren't they, David?
You might want to watch them. They're about.
You can watch them first.
Come with this. We're stapled electronically
It'll make
to
more
it.
sense if you watch the sketches first, but you don't have to. But Puritans, a couple of things going on there, David,
Yes.
isn't there? Because it's our sort of way of talking about cancel culture and purity spirals without actually getting cancelled or spiraled. Because we've put it in the past, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've put it in the past safely. So
Yes.
it's a slightly cowardly way for us to talk about that.
Yes, it's exactly
because
the same
we're
way.
comedians, we're not social justice activists.
It's the same way as Arthur Miller in his cowardly play, The Crucible.
Exactly.
He wouldn't take on McCarthyism head on.
No, because of his cowardice.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. It's well established.
Yeah.
And the other thing going on in the sketch, the Puritans, is laughing at Americans for sounding different to us.
Well, it's I think laughing with, because what we're imagining.
Yes.
And it's an inaccurate imagining, but a journey from a British accent, which you and I would call a normal accent, rightly, and to an American accent, which is the way Americans choose
to speak,
and
because they're perverse.
They're right, but there are normal ways of talking are available, but the thing is, of course, that wouldn't have been the journey. A lot of people think that the American accent, as it now is a lot closer.
I was going to say this factoid.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's not a factoid, but it's a theory that I first heard about 30 years ago, and may be completely out of date. But yes, it was when people were talking about Shakespeare and how Shakespeare would have sounded. Well, in the 16th century, it could be that we all sounded like Americans, and actually the religious fanatics of our country went over to found America. Yeah. Good luck with that. And I'm sure it went well. It did go well in places.
There were some teething problems.
There were some problems. But there was an unnecessary revolution for a start. And then Shakespeare, they carried on sounding like Ben Affleck in Shakespeare in Love. Whereas our various different regional accents evolved in their own way. But Americans sound how we used to sound, is the theory.
Yes, so that would make our sketch, which imagines a sort of journey from the English accent to the American accent, entirely inaccurate. They would have gone there saying mom.
Yes.
And then we have,
for some reason,
gone from mom to mum.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know. Nobody.
And we've gone from mirror to mirror.
Of course, there weren't mirrors then, so that's probably.
But there were
later.
squirrels.
There were squirrels.
They would have said squirrel
and mirror
instead of squirrel.
But I like the fact that that's historically probably inaccurate.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's odd the way different accents are sort of weird and funny, and the way people change how they speak, either involuntarily or deliberately because they want to fit in a new milieu. That's all. That's the fun stuff of human need for acceptance.
And aren't we constantly enthralled by the fun stuff of human acceptance? And it's part of what makes us artists.
It is part of it. It is us and Shakespeare as well.
That's right.
I think Shakespeare sounds better in an English accent.
You'd rather listen to John Gielgud do it than Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Just another bang up to date couple of references. Those are the main two cultural icons of our day.
BT Gielgud. So that's what that was about.
Yes.
And the other sketch,
Accord with Our Values.
Yeah, that's
where
that's it. That's more.
That was a bit more on the nose, wasn't it? A bit less cowardly.
It is quite on the nose.
That was less cowardly,
but also quite cowardly.
In its way, in fact, what I think rather bravely go out there and say that we're cowards.
Yes. And I think there is a bravery,
which is asking for the more socially committed armchair activists to come and give us the treatment for not making some kind of stand that they would
deafening silence
that would please them. Deafening silence.
They can always get you for what you say, or they can get you for deafening silence.
Yeah, there's been a deafening silence from David Mitchell on this topic.
Yeah, all that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men, good people, to do nothing. But I find the trouble with that phrase seems so neat. All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. Is unfortunately a lot of the evil triumphing is when there are evil people who think they're good men who are not doing nothing. And that if you're a good man, well, I'm a good man not doing nothing, there's quite a high chance, no, you're not, you're trouble.
Yeah.
And you're causing the trouble. And actually, why pin it all on the good men or men who are good, bad, or indifferent who just leave well alone?
I'm sorry to bring up Hitler, but Hitler was someone who got out of bed in the morning and thought he was doing a good thing for Germany.
Yeah.
And,
And he said,
so steady with your good ideas.
Exactly. He would have gone to work in his pompous way.
In his Volkswagen.
Mocking all of the rabid anti-Semites who couldn't be bothered.
That's right. They're
thinking those good men are doing nothing,
whereas
me, who's also right about being rabidly anti-Semitic.
So I suppose what we're learning is don't be wrong.
Yeah, but if you're going
to do something, make sure it's the right thing. But then it's very hard to know.
Yeah, exactly. You're only judging your own judgment. What I'm saying is we should ease off on people who do nothing.
Just keeping their head down.
Just exactly. Maybe they're not the problem. Maybe they haven't solved the problem in the moment, and then they came for the trade unionists.
But they're
all
not
that.
Causing
but
it's
not primarily their fault.
No.
All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men. Is it all? It's not all.
It's not all, is it?
No. If it was just people doing nothing, we'd be
Everything
okay.
would be fine.
It'd be messy. But the bins would be left in.
I immediately worried about the bins as well. That we're of an age where we're obsessed with bins.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right.
Bins and lavatories. The different ways of expelling the
waste.
Unwanted from the unit.
Yeah. Well, if you've enjoyed this unit, then see my segue or sieg. If you've enjoyed this batch or unit of Mitchell and Webb Talk About Sketches from a Pretend Room, here it is, then do click on subscribe and also like. And if you want to get notifications, you can do that, although I think that's unnecessarily stressful.